Hey there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tales from the Podcast. I am your host, JB, here with my co-host, Jack Hunter, JH.
JH.
Oh, God.
Wow.
For those who all are tuning
20 episodes in.
Saying he changed his letters.
Hey, 20 episodes ago, literally 20 episodes ago.
Did you really? I'm going to have to go back and watch because I really just pay that little attention to you. It's okay, man. Anyways, how's it going, man? It's been a little
while. Going good,
dude. Doing Tales from the Crypt.
I know. I'm really happy we're back doing this. I like the other films we were doing, but it's just like Tales from the Podcast. That's our shit. Like Tales from the Crypt. It's life.
That's the reason
I think that's what's really cool.
Be honest.
Exactly. I mean, really, yeah.
Right.
And today is January 1st.
Yes, it is. So happy New Year's to everybody out there.
Yes. Happy New Year's. Ron, happy New Year's, bro. I hope this year is everything opposite of last year.
Yeah, well, it's going to start off that way. So we'll see, though. I guess before we get too far along with everything, I'd be kind of a dick if I didn't go ahead and also say our good friend Chuck, who is part of Nasty Nation, does a lot of stuff with the Indie Brigade, and also the co-host of 2G1C or Two Guys One Crypt, has a live show coming up on the 12th over at the the Fat Man Studios, I believe. So everybody, if you want to check out that link, it'll be in the show notes as well. Check them out and go support our buddy Chuck over there.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make it.
No? What do you have going on the 12th?
I don't want to.
Why?
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm absolutely gonna tune in
and start an online
Chuck.
Beef,
dude. Yeah, it's like, yo, yeah, do what is it? East Coast versus South. Yeah. No, East Coast versus Central.
I don't think he's East Coast at all.
I think he's 1 hour ahead. He's in Kentucky.
Figuring this out.
He's in Kentucky. It's East.
It's I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where you would classify that. Whatever, though. So, anyways, though, man, we are here to talk about Tales from the Crypt. And
yes,
it's
I will say this
episode.
Yeah, I will say this. I've given a lot of episodes, like the one we did. What was it? Jack Frost. Well, it wasn't Tales from the. Actually, wait. I've never given a super low rank to a Tales from the Crypt episode. Not like a really bad one. I've had bad ranks, but not as bad as tonight's. And the reason is, guys, before we get into it, I'm going to say this. Tales from the Crypt, up to this point, has had bomb episodes. Some have been better than others and everything else, but this episode dropped the fucking ball. And if I was I'm just gonna say that. It was like,
well,
it was hand tight.
Comparison, though, it's still fairly true to the source material, but we'll get there later on. So,
but why? They have hundreds of stories, hundreds.
I wasn't there. I don't. That's a question.
You know what? That's the problem. You were not there. Justin, you were not there. That is your problem.
I know.
You
know
what? You need to invent a time machine. Go back, get these motherfuckers by the noose, and be like, listen.
Dude, that's a little harsh. That's a I don't know if we go that far.
What's harsh is I wasted 23 minutes of my life today. That's what's
technically
harsh.
More because this week you actually are doing the comic book comparison. So
I am. Yes, I have my notes written right here, ready to go. So you know what? You do what you do. You're good at it. Just go through the rundown of who's in it. And the episode tonight, guys, is called Deadlight. That premiered on a certain date at a certain time.
God damn it.
I said Deadlight. I said Deadlight.
It's not
Deadlight. I said Deadlight. Everyone. What?
That's not the name of the episode.
Well, fuck. Okay.
Okay, first off, this is from season 3, episode 12, and it is called Deadline. And it is based off the Shock Suspense Stories, issue number 12 segment of the same name. And this episode aired August 14th of 1991, not some date. Dumbass.
Well, that's what I say. It aired sometime. I'm not a whiz at this shit.
Well, that's why I'm here. But
I'm working on it, guys. I promise. I'm working on it.
This episode was directed by the Walter Hill. Yeah, Walter he was the director. Yes, yeah, one of the main producers of the show. He's also the guy who did Warriors, Aliens, 48 Hours. Pretty well-known guy. And the person who did the screenplay adaptation of this was Mae Woods, who was part of like Brewster's Millions, worked on 48 Hours, was pretty much Walter Hill's assistant though for a lot of it, which is, I guess, pretty cool. And I believe we've actually seen these two work together on a different episode before. I know that Walter Hill's actually done quite a few, but considering he's one of the main producers of the show, it's kind of expected. And
from what from what I know with this episode, this should have been included in season 7. The way that it went, I mean, you would compare it to that.
I guess on some of it, like it's we'll get there. I guess
we'll get there. We'll get there. Go ahead.
Anyways, some of the actors we have in here, we have Richard Jordan as Charles McKenzie, and dude, this guy's been in a lot of shit, like Dune, Raise the Titanic, Logan's Run, The Hunt for Red October, The Secret of My Success. We also got John Polito as Nico Stano, or pretty much he does like a lot of gangster roles, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this one I can't really say that I don't. It just wasn't. It's horrible. Walter Hill is awesome. I 100% agree. Anybody who's backed Tales from the Crypt as much as he has and put as much money into it as he has, I adore. It's amazing. Anyways, he played Nikos in this. He was in Highlander, The Rocketeer, The Crow, Blank Man, The Big Lebowski, Big Nothing, and a shit ton of gangster stuff. I'm trying to see. I believe I got a picture of him. Yeah. So I'm sure he's extremely familiar.
He's always the bad guy too. Like in most every, he's that conniving little shithead. Was he in The Crow? He was in The Crow. One of the episodes.
I said that.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. And we got Andy tuning in saying,
"Look, my beautiful. That's my heterosexual lover."
Andy,
right there. Andy.
I heard Andy got some new goat friends recently, so congratulations, Andy, on your goats.
Congratulations.
I'm not sure if you congratulate people for getting goats, but I'm going to make that a new thing anytime I hear somebody getting a goat.
You know what? Goats are cool, man. You put them in you ain't got to fucking mow it. You're good, bro. They eat up. Straight. I see where you're going with that, Andy.
I don't know if that's why he's doing it.
That's why I would do it.
Really? You don't really got too much grass in your yard, though, do you? Oh.
20 acres of land? Yeah.
You're going to need a lot of goats, then. I don't think one goat can eat 20 acres of grass. I don't know though. I'm not a goat expert. We're gonna have to figure out something.
Continue.
I'm gonna have Andy on a mission to figure out how much goats eat. So, anyways, we got Richard Hurd as Phil Stone in this. He was in T.J. Hooker, Summer Rental, Planes, Trains, Automobiles, Sergeant Bilko, Seinfeld, Get Out, and The Mule, as well as many others. And man, yeah, he's been in a lot. He actually passed away this year, unfortunately. But
shit. COVID or natural?
I tend to not really look into the reasons why. I think it's funnier to make up my own story. No, I'm joking. That's fucking.
He had a heart attack when he realized watched this episode and was like, "I was in that."
Oh God, no, that's horrible. He probably would. We got John Capodice as Mike. I think that's how you spell or say his last name. I'm really not sure. Capodice. I like it.
It's definitely a damn stage name. His name's like John Schwartz or something. Oh, I like Capodice.
I don't know. He's been in a lot of stuff though. Ace Ventura, Speed, Independence Day, Jacob's Ladder, The Evil Inside Me, Gremlins 2. He's definitely.
Chuck just watched that. Chuck just watched that last night.
The Evil Inside Me?
Too. No. Dear God. What's that?
Oh, man. Well, Gremlins 2 was good. I liked it. It was fun. It wasn't that bad. We also have Ritanya Alda as Mildred. She was in Scarecrow, Rocky 2, Christmas Evil, Amityville 2, Jack's favorite movie, Steel, with one of the greatest actors of all time, Shaquille O'Neal. Split, and she was also in Mommy Dearest.
What was she in Split? Was it like an extra, like a nurse, or that's interesting.
Yeah,
Split was good.
To be honest, just because some of these people were in some pretty big movies doesn't mean like they had like the big roles or anything. But yeah, pretty much.
Like baby, mama. I don't know. Number 2.
I don't know. Maybe, possibly.
Pregnant lady.
I don't have the page actually up right now, but yeah. We also have
pregnant lady in the background.
Is it really?
I know. I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you. Probably.
We also got Marge Helgenberger as Vicky in this episode. She was in After Midnight,
Vicky.
The Tommy Knockers, Bad Boys, Species 2, Aaron Brockovich, and In Good Company. Yeah, she's been in quite a bit
Species
of shit.
1 and 2. Was she? She must have been one of the main cops then. In Species. Or was she the alien? No, I met the alien. She's pretty hot in person. She's a sweetheart.
You met the alien?
Go see. She was. I met the alien. She's really sweet. In real life. I met her at Comic-Con 2010. 2009. Really? Sorry, 2009.
Let's see here. Species. Dr. Laura Baker.
She's one of the scientists. Okay.
Yes, she is. She's probably the one named Laura.
Because of this, whatever ranking I'm giving it is a 0.5 because of that. It ups what I'm going to say.
You love the Species series so much. It increased
all of them. I do. Honestly, I love the sequels, but you know me, I'm a sequel guy. I love the sequels. So
how many sequels are there? Isn't there only the 2?
The Awakening is the last one. There's 4. There's 4.
No way. Is it really? That's
4
fucking
species.
horrible.
Yeah, Species 1, Species 2, Species 3, then Species 4. I think it's 4.
Yeah, 4 is the Awakening.
They're literally like the casting call for that was probably like, so who's a hot blonde, wants to show your tits and be in a franchise?
That
was a casting call.
I think the guy who was going ahead and directing it was like, you know what? I know these people already that'll do it, and they won't charge a lot. So I think it was a lot more simple than that. But
honestly, the good thing about the series is that every film in the series follows the original synopsis of what it's the continuity is there. It all goes back to the first one, so it's not like a spinoff. Yeah,
that's fair. So, anyways, I guess we've been stalling quite a bit already.
There's a reason we're fucking stalling, guy. Everyone watching, like, this is the point where I want to say, fuck, play the commercial break.
God.
What the hell? Are we on Discord? What the fuck?
No, that's not Discord. That's
what the
that's
fuck
Twitch.
is this?
I have no idea. What is Twitch? It's a streaming
service. I know it. Whoa. What the okay, come on, anyway. Twitch guys. Whatever. I don't know what this is. How much is this? Oh, that's really cool though. That's Minecraft.
I have no idea. But anyways,
what the hell is
Twitch heads?
That's Mafia Talk.
I'm pretty sure it's Spanish, which we don't speak, so we're probably better off not.
Oh shit! Is this?
Well, dude, we'll talk about it later. Anyways,
I'm so confused. See, that was more interesting than the fucking episode.
But it's because we don't speak that language. Either ways, it's possible for us to have other. It's fake. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. But the reality, we have people listening in other languages. It says on our podcast statistics and everything else like that too. But anyways, let's go ahead and actually talk about this episode. So,
do we have to?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be a very long one to talk about because it's like, it's a really, really straightforward episode. To be honest with you, you know what I mean? So it pretty much opens up with our main character talking about, trying to get a story and everything. And we establish quickly that our main character, Charles McKenzie, is quite the alcoholic as well as a writer. Dude, stop bringing those up for real.
Okay.
So, like, it doesn't mean shit. So, but anyways, he's at the bar a lot. He's drinking all the time. He's kind of passed out at the bar when we really get to meet him. And, the bartender's kind of looking out for him, telling him not to drink and things like that. And then we end up meeting this woman, Vicky, who ends up coming into the bar. And instantly, he's really attracted to her, wants to buy her a drink. And they kind of get like a weird fling going on. One where, like, obviously she doesn't want a huge attachment to him, but he likes her. But you can also tell that he's kind of like playing the whole like got to keep distance thing, which that is what it is with these stories. They're just I really don't know why the fuck they even have to go this way with this one, to be honest with you. But they wrote it. It is what it is for it. But so, anyways, he ends up going and thinking this woman is going to kind of like change his life. So he starts looking and going back to try to get his old job back as a reporter and look for stories. And while he was sitting there trying to find some extra stories and everything, he's really not having a lot of luck, unfortunately. And he's calling all of his old connections and everything, and it's just coming out completely blank. There's nothing there for him, and you could really tell that it's really took a toll on him. And he goes back to the bar. He's trying to get more to drink, and this is when we figure out that it's actually still like before noon, doesn't he say? So
yeah,
we still
like
figure
that,
out. Yeah. So he's a complete drunk and everything, and it's unfortunately kind of happening to him, and like pretty early in the day, and he just is like losing his shit. But it's also kind of weird because with this bartender and everything, he goes and says maybe you should go to this restaurant, and sends him over to a different restaurant to go and get some coffee and get something to eat. And this is where like I guess the only thing, like, I don't know, the only thing that really even happens in this fucking episode is right here. But we get to hear in the background that there's some things going on, and it's, we hear a man and a woman fighting, and then like some choking sounds and stuff. And then the guy comes back out, who is, what's his name? Nico. And, he's like, I choked her to death, and, goes on to pretty much like, what does he say? That she was pretty much a tramp. She treated him like shit. And she says she like laughed at him or something like that too. And was going out at night and pretty much sleeping around on him. And unfortunately, like really upset him, it seemed to be, but it was,
slightly.
Yeah, just a little bit, enough to, kill her. But, Charles ends up going in there, and instead of calling the cops right away, he obviously wants to make a story. So he goes and calls the newspaper company up again. And as he's starting to talk to them, he hears the girl moving again in the background. So he lets them go and goes over to check it out and turns her over and realizes that it's
dun, dun, dun.
Ah! And he all of a sudden like starts freaking out. He's really upset and then starts to choke her. And it's he chokes her to death and then calls in the story, pretty much, saying everything for it against Nico, saying, that, he killed her and, had quotes and everything with this story, which is, whatever. But then we get a cutscene from there where this is like the weird part of the episode. He's in a straitjacket and, he's been telling us the story and everything. This is when we come to the conclusion that, he's obviously in some kind of asylum. If he put himself there because he drove himself nuts because of it, or if he told on himself. Like, I'm not 100% sure. They don't really explain how he gets from, to the point of calling in the story to where he is at the end. But that's where it wraps up. And it's just really, really boring. I'll be honest, man.
It's fucking... All right, here, let's go to the... All right, AJ, thank you. That's my brother, everybody. So here's the comic comparison. I'm just gonna read through like what's different. And all right, so the comic book opens up with him trying to get a job. Okay, the employees there give him crap about being a drunk. He only goes to get coffee. There's no bar scenes like in the series where he was saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna get on the wagon," and everybody's like, "Yay!" Like, no, you're not. You're fucking drunk. In the comic book, he finds a chick and he sees her moaning, and before he makes any calls or anything, he kills her. Like, oh, the story's getting away. I must kill her. Like, and he kills her. And the way it's drawn, like, dude, you're choking a bitch. And you can't see her face?
You can't.
What?
Oh, my God. You can't say that.
Oh.
You can't. Oh. That's not the proper way to say that.
She's a bitch. She's a whore. Okay? She cheated on, but we didn't know. Okay, sorry.
On who?
All right, so he's...
Well, still, it's like...
Okay, so he chokes the chick that he thought was dead so he can get his story. Okay?
Right.
And, in the comic, he's depressed that he did what he did, and he found out who he killed. And at the end of the comic book, there's nothing. There's no insane asylum. There's no jail. Absolutely nothing. This dude fucking... God damn. Fuck this episode. That's all I'm going to say. This... You know what? I'm going straight to my rating, JB, because
no, you're not. No, you're not. We got to take
a
commercial break.
After 23 minutes, this is going to be the shortest. Then we're going to talk about something more interesting after. So, JB, roll the commercial. Just go.
Hello, this is the Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, but you can just call me Frank. And when I'm not stomping around the woods throwing rocks at hunters, I like to listen to the Paranormal Punchers podcast. That's right, Paranormal Punchers. They talk about all things paranormal, and they're hilarious. Go find them on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and ParanormalPunchers.com.
Do you like the Tales from the Crypt? Do you love the Tales from the Crypt? Even if you've never seen an episode, this podcast is for you. I'm Melissa, your ghostess with the mostest, and host of the Good Evening Kitties podcast. Each week, I break down another great episode from the TV series The Tales from the Crypt. Audio clips are included, so even if you haven't watched that episode, you're good to go. There are also special guests, trivia, mini movie reviews, and much more. What are you waiting for? Check out the Good Evening Kitties podcast on Podbean, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's the Good Evening Kitties podcast. Check it out today.
Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. A whole new season of spine-tingling tales.
For the first time in We're Not Afraid of the Dark history, we're actually going to watch a erotic scene
together. Just a couple brothers watching porn together. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, on air right now. This is the biggest plot hole I saw this, by the way. How in the fuck does she take him back in time?
But he made it a point to bump him. But no, I agree.
How do you not catch this?
I was drunk when I watched this.
Whoa, you...
So were we.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just this giant fucking board right here ready to lock it down.
Like it has hooks that you latch the fucking door to lock it.
She is on Mr. Skate. I'll put a link in the show there. She does get it. And she's listed as great nudity. She's a red-haired girl. They say she has great national tits.
See?
You seen her black people in this episode?
I like how she's exercising while eating it. And then she's in the bathroom taking a shit, reading the story, and the plate's on the floor.
Man, this is also the first episode where our main characters aren't just a bunch of generic white kids.
Everything about our food is changing. The way we cook it, the way we eat it, and the way we share it. And that's why I'm encouraging you to come and check out Pardon My Fork. Conveniently packaged in hour-long episodes and available anywhere you find your favorite podcasts and at pardonmyfork.com. We are talking to home cooks, chefs, Food Network stars, and world food champions. So cleanse your palate and come and get a heaping helping of Pardon My Fork.
Greetings! We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, the bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music, pants, quoting video games that don't have dialogues, shabibans, tasty news,
Unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia.
butt breathers, uncomfortable nature facts.
or how to install a thermoflange.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Reductopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we? We sure do.
So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
Like me.
worry not, gentle listener. Next week we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Reductopus is part of the Dorkening and Inebriar podcast networks, with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, or any podcast player cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all things that make growing up awesome.
Win championship belts. If you're not listening to Trick or Treat Radio, here's a taste of what you've been missing.
There's 3 guarantees in life. What are they?
Death, taxes, and Trick or Treat Radio every Friday morning.
This is one of the most convoluted movies I've ever seen in my life.
I'm fucking trying, man.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
It's like you took a shit on a pile of shit.
But you shit on him for liking what he likes.
Yeah, well, it's my job.
This podcast is now banned in Germany.
It's me, Giovanni Lombardo Radici.
Shut up! I call bullshit. I demand someone to bring me the face of Lindsay Lohan.
If I had genitals, I would definitely bang her.
Oh, wait. Is she a great big fan person?
You just hit the jackpot.
This is a weird movie, huh?
It had action, it had suspense, it had great characters, it had great acting.
I'm gonna strangle you with my jockey shorts.
I don't like mobster movies.
Alright, well, here's my take. You're a sick fuck.
Thank you. Now shut the fuck up and let me talk.
Have you ever seen 2001?
The box, right? The box and the monkey.
Available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and TrickOrTreatRadio.com.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
And welcome back to this almost fun episode of Tales from the Crypt.
And people are going to be like, oh, it's not fun because you didn't have a guest on or anything. No, guys, this episode...
No, we definitely encourage everybody to go and watch this episode.
Go see why we're saying, because it's not... Dude, this felt like, like Tales from the Dark Side or some shit, like stupid shit. It wasn't even Tales from... It wasn't even horror. It wasn't horror. It was like,
it was suspenseful, a little bit tiny.
No, obviously not. It
was still better than
God. Okay. Touche.
I know.
But unfortunately, we didn't even see boobs in this one. I like maybe like a dash of it when she was putting on her bra. Like it was nothing. It was nothing. It really was like this was so unorthodox. It was like a filler episode that they must. Oh fuck, dude! The 80s were weird. What the fuck, man?
This is in the 90s.
Oh, well, early 90s was weird, man. What the fuck?
It was, but whatever. Unfortunately, this was the episode we got. So, anyways, man, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what you thought about it and give it your rating?
It fucking sucked. 0.5.
That's it? For real? That's it? Wow. That was one of the fastest reviews I've ever seen you give. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and do mine.
No pressure.
No, it's all right. So, overall, this episode was very lacking. There wasn't a lot to it, but when you go and break it down and compare it to the comic book source, it was still the same episode. It just might not have been something that Jack or I liked. I'm sure other people do like it. In fact, I know for a fact a couple of people do, because it does have, I believe, like a 3-star rating on like IMDb or something like that.
Out of 10. Out of 10.
But still, it means people do like it to an extent. It just means it's not for us. And unfortunately, this is one of those stories. And when you're talking about a series and, you can make it, all the way through it and maybe not have fun 5 or 6 times, it's not bad, especially when you're talking about a series that went 7 seasons, 3 seasons of cartoon, I think 3. Oh, yeah. And then 5 movies?
And then reissuing of the comic books, yeah.
Well,
I'll give it that. I'll give you that. But I think this was more like a Dick Tracy / horror film noir. That type
you're talking about stories that are based off of a comic book from the 1950s. We're going to have that to some extent. And
scram, JB, scram.
Yeah. First comic book he reads, he takes over and learns the first word, scram. He, of course, count on Jack to learn the 4-letter word, but it is what it is. It's still a lot of fun.
It's one less than 5. It's one less than 5.
It is. But overall, I didn't think it was like a super horrible episode. It's not one that, like, when I'm watching them and going through the series, like, this is one that I have no problem just skipping. There's not a lot going on. The ending's kind of it leaves you wondering, like, how did we get here? And the ending to it is like, it's one of those things where, like, I really like the comic book ending a lot better too, where he ends up killing her, without realizing it that it's her until he flips the body over, and then he's all upset because he killed the woman that he was falling for. And I felt
Wait, he flipped the body over. That's right, he did. So he choked her from behind?
Yeah. So, like, the entire ending is entirely different there, and it's one of those where I really wish they would have took over from, like, the actual comic book on it, but they did it, and instead we get this weird ending of him, being like, well, I gotta, go through my double lives, and I'm writing a book about, being a crime writer as well as a criminal, and it's like, none of that mattered. I don't even know how he got to that point or anything. But the whole concept of killing somebody and then realizing it's the woman that you were falling for, I think is significantly more effective of an ending, personally.
Absolutely.
So, like, I guess overall, I guess I'll give this a 3.
A 3?
I'll give it a 3.
You're feeling sorry for it. You're feeling sorry for it. There's no sympathy.
I take the comic book into my rating too and everything. So it's like, the comic book is so much better. It really is on this one, and it's not like the comic book for this one is like amazing or anything, but it's just it takes it just a step higher, and it was a better story. I wish they would have followed it a little bit better.
I think the comic book is probably like a 4 or 5 out of 10, because one, it shows the humanity of the character. This one, the live action was just like he was just a drunk and he was heartbroken. Like, okay, we've all been there, but you don't fucking kill the chick. Like, come on. Right. Oh, God, you know.
And in the comic, we only get, like, mentioning of him being a drunk. We don't get the scenes at the bar or anything like that. Like, it's entirely different. It's a whole different scene, and I just appreciated the comic book a lot more on this one, at least. But, you know, I like I said, I give it a 3. I give it a 3, though. So, anyways, that's
a 0.5 and a
0.5 and a 3.
And
so,
a 0.5 and a 3.
I don't know. I'm really curious on what everybody else thought about this episode.
I'll save it for you. There's no blood. There is no boobs. There's no horror. And there is no fuck. Literally, there's no fuck. Well, you don't see it like in other episodes either. You don't see him fucking. Speaking of fuck, the new Nicolas Cage series on Netflix coming out soon. That's gonna be fucking great.
Really? You think this is gonna be great? A Nicolas Cage series? Like, I don't really know too much about it. I haven't looked into it, so I don't know what it's about. But
the history of curse words, like where they originated from, and everything.
Man,
he says "fuck" in the trailer 7 to 12 times.
I don't know. Maybe it's another thing just not for me, I guess. I don't need to know the history of it.
I'm the guy who doesn't even watch Cobra Kai. Fuck you.
Whatever. All I have to say is that nobody needs to listen to you because you're a douche and you would spoil the Mandalorian for people.
It was an accident. Dear God.
So don't listen to anything he says.
Wagner, it was.
It's okay. It's okay. We all know you're a failure. It's okay.
Oh, you son of a bitch. No, definitely not a failure. But on to other things. So I want to give away. I want our listeners right now, our viewers right now, okay? Who's there? I want to know who's here over there in the comics. Down here, for us, it's over there. Let me know who's here. Ron, who else was that? I forgot. Andy, where you guys at? Y'all still here?
I don't know. It's really hard
to do any kind of
contest live, dude.
It is very hard.
I don't know why you're even going to try it.
We do have to just mention one thing from the bug, if we can. That
well, I guess like you could mention that you got some new stuff.
I did. I got some new stuff from a new site called Bluray Underground with BLUE, and basically what this site does is it sells artwork for movies that like haven't been released on Blu-ray and stuff like that. And what you do is you buy the artwork and you get the Blu-ray disc absolutely free as a bonus. So that's really cool. They got movies over here like, this one, I need to watch the first two. But Night of Demons 3 never released on Blu-ray, but yet here it is, HD quality. You know, it was just badass. If you want to go to BlurayUnderground.com. God, what another one of these is one of my favorites, actually, one of my favorite slashers of all time, which is amazing how they have everything that I absolutely love. It's called Do You Want to Know a Secret? Never released on Blu-ray. What else? What else we got? We got Lover's Lane. That was never released. I don't think it's where the fuck is it? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, it was never released on Blu-ray, and yet here it is at BlurayUnderground.com.
You are pretty laggy.
I am extremely laggy. I know.
That great.
Okay, wait. Look, okay. They don't have Child's Play 3, guys. No. they have Chucky 3.
Is that like a
Yes.
ripoff? Like, did you buy a bunch of bootlegs of fake movies?
I did not, but you know what's funny? Like for the artwork, Justin, is the fact that at the very end of it, the back of it, it looks like it's a scene from, I'd say, Chucky. I don't know. Like
I'm
these guys
not
went
sure.
hard. It's different.
It is.
Yes, very interesting. There's one more. Hold on. I know you want to move on, but hold on. Oh, the Ghetto Scream. Literally, it is. This is what it is. It was like it's like the rappers of the time called Cutthroat Alley, and it is ding. And this film is Oscar worthy. But let's not forget the most. Let's not forget the most important one. The most important one, guys, that has never been released, I think, until recently. Jaws 5, Cruel Jaws. HD.
There's no Jaws 5.
Yes, there is. It's Jaws 5, Cruel Jaws. It's on Blu-ray. Can't you see it? It says it right there. 5.
No, I don't want there to. No, I don't even.
You should. You know what? I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna go to this site and buy some for you, and get it sent to you. Get it all sent to you.
That's just what I need.
They do have the. Yes, and the classic School's Out, originally in German, and it was done. They did an English dub, and I used to own this on VHS. It was. I love this. It was like one of the. Yeah, buddy.
Well, that's cool, man.
You want me to stop?
We're good.
I hear
you don't need to go through a million movies, dude.
But wait, I got more. And I went on. They sent me these, the first like 24, I think it was, to advertise for them, and I just actually ordered their other products. I mean, they're like $10 a piece, so I'm like, fuck it, why not? So. Something no one else has, and you guys could get Bluray Underground, BLUE Underground.com.
Hey, and until they send us a check, stop sponsoring their ass. That's simple.
Okay, I'm just saying. As a collector, I fucking love it.
No. And while we're talking about things that we've received or whatever, I want to throw a thank you out to friend of the show, Mr. A friend of our show, Mr. Skylar Kroom, who sent me some artwork on some matchboxes and some matches. So thank you, Skylar. It was awesome of you to send me this stuff. I really appreciate it. Some pretty cool things. And I enjoy the little witch finger that you sent in the package as well. So
by the way,
go check him out too.
Yes, I contacted Skylar through Instagram. You sent him the wrong password, so I had to send him the new one so he could watch The Mandalorian. So he was like, fuck yeah. I'm like, you're welcome.
Right. So anyways, man, do you have anything to add before we go ahead and get ourselves the fuck out of here tonight?
Well, guys, 2020 was rough for a lot of people and a lot of people out there. And we only wish the best for everyone in 2021. We hope this year is the defining moment that makes up for everything that happened in 2020 politically, or theoretically or physically, and if you've lost someone due to COVID-19, our condolences go out to you, and we hope there's no more deaths of this nature, and we hope that everyone had a safe new year, and we hope this year is the best year of your life.
Oh, not me. I hope this year is so fucking spooky for every one of you guys.
Well, if you look at 2021, how it says we were just in 2021. We were just in 2020, and now we're going to 2020-WON. Like, what's happening here? Like 2021, like it won over us. Yeah, I don't know. So, but I hope to have
WON, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's a double entendre with the words. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever. That was a big word I had to say. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jack Hunter. This is JB. And with that being said,
the crypt is closed.